the farm worker policy program and the inclusionary housing program are just so critical to the well-being of the city and so necessary for District 1 and the people who live there that it was a real shame that Jose could not have been here to really, truly represent his community tonight. Much ado about nothing. In San Jose, the San Jose Ethics Commission fined one of the council members $10,000 for not filing his forms on time. We're not doing that. This is simply censure. As far as the $5,000 fine, nobody's talking about a debtor's prison that I've heard. I'm not sure where that's coming from, but I will say this, that was Jose's choice. He didn't resign. That's the consequences. It's what I teach my students. If you don't follow the rules, you have to deal with the consequences. In evaluating the accountability and transparency of public officials really means that we are responsive to the community that we're being asked to serve. And being in an elected position, we really do have to hold ourselves to a higher standard. We have to follow the established rules and procedures, and we have to make sure that the public understands that we have followed those rules and procedures. And we do that because we want people to have confidence and we want to build trust, this body, with the residents of Salinas. And Tony, you said it right when you said that we all did, in a timely manner, file the forms that we needed to file. We took the ethics training that we needed to take. It didn't take the FPPC, the district attorney's office, the grand jury to make us follow the law. We did it because we hold ourselves to a higher standard, and we want to make sure that the public has the trust and confidence in us. We are here really to police ourselves. That's what this is about. And unfortunately, and I've worked pretty closely with Jose too, our districts form a boundary, and there was an issue in his district that he was very concerned about, but it took Tony calling me, would you come out and look at this? It's in Jose's district. And we went out and looked at the street together. But quite frankly, what's happening here tonight is that one of us has had a sufficiently serious breach of public trust and standards of conduct. And that's why I'm going to support the censure motion.
Looks like Mr. Castaneda has been cremated and we're sending him to Hidalgo, Mexico. Not a good place for the city. You know, I think censure represents probably it is the strongest action or voice we can take to disprove of our colleague here, and I'm behind it. It's unfortunate. It's very unfortunate. You know, you've hit rock bottom when you're in a place like this, and yeah, it's a big city with big city issues. And as I think the mayor said a number of times to me, is he has to keep us together. There are so many places that Mr. Castaneda could apply his leadership, countless in his district. So, you know. Yeah, I support my colleagues, and we move on. I will work with them, as I have, and I think as Councilmember Rivera said, you know, we're ready to work on the issues, and that's what we're here for. This is unfortunate, and yeah, the sooner that it moves on, and the sooner that we can move on as a body, the better.
Tonight, as we look at this issue, what really disturbs me the most, and it makes me very angry, that Mr. Castaneda is elected by the poorest people in my community, and he doesn't represent them, or have the decency to be here to represent them when they need representing. It's pretty sad that when I go to his district, they think that I am their council member because they haven't seen him, because he's so busy doing something else. The 460s, the 700s, the ethics training, those are things that the rest of us were obligated to do. And they didn't just not do them a month. It took him years to do them. Several staff members had asked him. I had asked him. I offered to sit down with him and help him fill them out because I have somebody do mine. I have a copy of it. I told him we could use mine as a thing to follow. Did he want to do that? No. He was too busy to follow the rules, and then he expects the rest of us to obey the rules. Well, this is very sad for this council, but we as a group work well together. It's up to him to work well with the group and work well for people in his district. And Ms. Barrera, yes, brown lives matter, all lives matter. And what bothers me the most is, I hope Mr. Castaneda understands he has all kinds of bodies in his district. There are black people out there, there are Asian people, there are people that own stores, there are people that are poor in his district. But he needs to be there to represent them. And he's not representing them tonight by not being here when we voted on the major issues. So based on that, we have a motion and a second. City Clerk, we are ready to vote.
Your Honor, could I take a minute to respond? I apologize for interrupting previously. Could I take a minute to respond to some of these, to some of the factual?
Mr. Prince, I think no, and I'm going to ask, do I have a motion and a second to forward with this censure?
Move approval. Second.
City Clerk.
Councilmember Barrera?
Aye.
Councilmember Craig?
Aye.
Councilmember Del Rosa? Aye. Councilmember Rhodes?
Aye.
Councilmember McShane?
Yes.
Mayor Gunter?
Aye.
Thank you.
This meeting is adjourned.
All right.
You know what? I said, I'm glad I took the free drink away.
Get that big chip in there and record all that. Oh, yeah. Just have a monster one in there.
It's for tonight, man. You better believe it.